Hey guys, Andrew here, Riva's husband. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to cut your own hair in the comfort of your own washroom. What you'll need for today's project are a few simple tools. A wall designer clipper, no advertisement, and the writing already wore off because I've had this for over 10 years. A wall detailer with the T-head, which allows you to get really close. A brush to wipe off the hair.
Closer.
This is clearly like 20 years old. Brush, brush, brush. Using two guards today. Guard number 2 and a broken guard number 1. As for scissors, we have your standard barber scissors and your thinning shears. Last but not least, actually second last, all-in-one all-purpose oil to keep your razor working or your clipper working perfectly. And this is the most important tool ever. Handheld mirror. This will allow you to see both sides like that. So you can get all angles. And here we go. What I do first, I like to get a little product in my hair because it keeps on flopping over. This is just like a really super cheap, got to be, was it drugstore brand? I don't have no idea what you call drugstore brand, but a couple bucks at Walmart. I got a little water, mix it up in the product, and I'm just gonna get this out of my face because it's really annoying. It's really important to actually make sure that you wash your hair first. So all of these, like I just woke up, so I wash my hair again because when I sleep, pillow in the head and puts the hair against your head. I wash the hair to get it all fluffy, make sure nothing's sticking, and I can get an accurate cut. So now that I've had the hair all cleaned up, you can start.
I'm
Holding it like this, not like this, it's gonna be too hard. From the under, thumb under, hand on top. Apple pen. So what I'm gonna do now is just get a general shape. This isn't gonna be like the be all end all of the fade or whatever. I'm just getting a shape. I'm just getting the general shape here. What I'm looking at, I'm not sure if you can see it, is this. Making sure this shape is what I'm looking for, which is more or less straight up. When I go little by little, I don't just do like one final thing, just in case I screw up. It's going out, if you can see, I'm going like this. I'm going out as I go higher and higher. Okay, I'm doing like a C motion shape, like that, as I go around. What I'm going to do here is just hold my hair, make sure I get a defined part, like that, and I'm going to cut all this excess off here. So I'm only limited as to what I can see around my head, but I'm going to go as far back as I can without screwing up the shape of my head. Next up we have the left side, and because my hair is combed over a bit and I don't want to cut this off, I have to tie it up. Standard rubber band. And now you can see how ugly that is over here. I'm going to get rid of all that and more or less use the same technique on the other side. I'm going to use this as my guideline and just kind of follow the shape of my head to make sure it doesn't go in, because that's when it'll start to look like this. But you create the illusion that you're a bit thinner than you actually are by going like this. Oh, it's also important to make sure that you don't start up here and go like that, because then you're going to get these weird patches like that that you won't be able to fix. So it's good to start from the bottom and just work your way up in the C motion. Maybe if you flip it, I can actually do it from there. Oof, this is hard. Around the ear, Make sure you're as close to the ear as possible without cutting yourself. And just going up, doing the C motion. And this is hard, I'm gonna use a mirror. Once again, using the same technique to go around the back without having to turn my actual head. I'm going as far as I can see, following the shape of my head and using that as a guideline. Sometimes it's too hard to keep going like this all around the back and to get the shape on the side, so I turn it and hold it this way. Thumb still on the bottom. Thumb will always be on the bottom. And I go sideways. Oh yeah, sorry, the top. Turning my head, but keeping the clipper in the same position at all times. I'm not using this to go around. I'm turning my head to make sure that my head's doing the cutting almost. La, 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 la. So minus this little ugly part at the top. You can kind of see the general shape now. I have no idea, keep in mind that I haven't actually looked at the side view to see if this looks like a fade or not yet, but I don't care because once I start getting the side view with the mirror, I'll be able to refine the fade using this same guard as well as the no guard to compensate for any errors I may have made. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is finish off the other half of the back. I already did this side over here, but I'm going to show you exactly what I did on this side. Starting from the back, right in the middle, using my head as the guideline, and then going up and doing the C motion again. So as you can see, this fade is really whack right now, which is fine. Let me show you on the side view. This is what I'm essentially doing. I have no idea. I can't even see what I'm doing, but go like that. Up, 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 up. And I'm trying to follow this general line that goes from here to the back and then to the other side. Just make sure that you're digging this into your skin like this and then going out. We're not looking for an angle here, we're looking for a nice C, gradual C, so you don't get a line. This whole time I just found out that I'm actually using guard number 3. For the last how many years I've been cutting my hair, I've thought this was guard number 2. Anyway, it's not really important, but I use it to kind of get the shape of my head, which is, what you would see is kind of back here. Right now, it's a little too puffy for my liking, but I would use it to kind of give me the shape that I'm looking for, to make sure that it doesn't look like I have a flat head. And at the same time, I don't want to use guard 1 because if I screw up, like this, and I go in too much, I'm going to have a big white spot here. Just a big no-no. This is a bit more forgiving. Let me show you exactly what I do. Putting it to the shortest adjustment of guard number 3. And once again, following the shape here. Making sure it's all even. What I'll be doing now is adjusting this back to the longest adjustment, initially what I had it at the beginning. And this begins the first step of my no guard fade. Start at the bottom. Now we're here. And I'm once again following the shape of my head, making sure that I'm not going in here. I'm just going straight up. It's also important for me to make sure that I can hear what I'm cutting, because that kind of tells me, helps me sense kind of like how high I'm going and how much I'm cutting. It's important to get really close behind the ears to make sure you don't have any leftover fluffies there. Okay, now that I've done the side shaping, mind you, I haven't looked at the actual fade yet, so this probably looks really bad, but I'm okay with that because I'm gonna still refine it. Now I'm going over to the back and side, still following the guideline I have. So start at the bottom, go around the ear, and I apologize if you can't hear me, but the kids are sleeping, so I'm trying to talk quietly. Same thing with the back, go as high as I kind of want to go, which is following the shape of my skull and doing the same C motion. C, C. It's very important to make sure you're not doing a sharp angle like this, because you're going to be left with a line like that, which is what you do not want. Because it's hard to get rid of those. So nice gradual C. What I'll be doing now is refining the fade. I've established the line across that I'm going to be following. It's not necessarily the best fade, but that's okay. But that's what this step is for. What's really important now is to make sure that you listen to how much you're cutting. And using this technique really helps determine how much you're cutting, because you don't want to cut too much, and if it's too much like of a whoosh, then you know you're screwing up. You want a nice quiet sound like that, so you're doing it little by little. And you can also notice the technique I'm using. It's probably not taught in school, but it works for me, where I'm using the edge of the clipper to make sure that I'm not, it's a bit more forgiving as to what the cutting area is, so to speak. So here we are. I don't like this fade right here. It's too much of a steep fade, if you want to call it that. So I'm using the edge right here. It's going against my head, and I'm going up. You can hear it's not cutting a lot because it can't. There's only the corner spot that makes contact with your head. And you can see I'm not having any impact to the side view here because it's so thin. And then if I was using this, you'd probably see a big dent. Okay, that's only one step, because the other step is this. Now that I've kind of gone with what I wanted it to look from this view, straight on, I also need to consider angles. So here you can clearly see where the shape is all messed up. There's things sticking out, things that aren't aligned or whatnot. So that's the next step of shaping it. Is this ugliness over here. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Turn it on inside. Turn my head as far back as I can. This mirror is literally doing nothing right now, but I'm holding it like it is. I'm just looking straight here. So this next part, I like to take a break, because when I look at something for too long, my mind gets all like tunnel vision and everything starts looking the same. So right now when I'm finished, I'd be like, yeah, okay, you know what, that looks good. I think I'm ready to go. It's actually not, and I'll find things later on that I'm not happy with, so I take a break and I start at the top. So I get a little more product in my hair to kind of semi-style it in a way that I would usually style it. What I'll be doing is cutting some of this because it's not supposed to be like hanging over like that. Get my scissors and I follow the same line that I've followed to go straight up, and I'm just cutting like this. Make sure you don't go like this. Huge no-no to go like this because you're gonna get a line that goes that way and you won't be able to recover from it. Always go straight up and follow the shape of your head. Make sure it's parallel, and you just cut the ones that are intersecting with your path. If you want to go from behind. All of these strays that you can see here are going to be going away. Cut, 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 cut. I don't know why I'm saying that. Is following that same technique but around the whole back, using my scissors, making sure that I'm getting all the little bits and pieces that I missed earlier. So I'm also following the shape of my head, but also making sure that I'm keeping the scissors parallel, never like this, because I don't want to get myself into a situation that I can't recover from. I'll be using my thinning shears here. What these are good for is reducing the volume. Like, I have very thick hair and I will like it very light and bouncy and stuff. So I use these because they're a bit more forgiving and they thin out the hair as per thinning shears, the name. So I'll grab this like this and I'll kind of gauge which ones are the outliers. Here, I have an outlier here. I don't like that because all the other ones are a bit shorter, so I'll cut that. Same here. I'm not sure if you can see what I see. I'm gonna go from behind again, and I'm just cutting them very casually. This gives a very natural look, and I'm not gonna be prone to any lines in my hair at all, which is what I don't want. So I'm just cutting very casually here along the top, I'm working my way from right to left and making sure that everything's pretty consistent and it's not a big like short, long, and then yeah, whatever that's called in hair terms. My wife is laughing at me right now. Taking my hand, I'm combing it in and I'm lifting it straight up. This allows me to see exactly how long the hair is. Lift it, and the long ones stick through. La la la. I don't want to cut my hair for another couple weeks or a few weeks, so I'm going to be going extra short to the absolute zero guard. When I say absolute, I mean the shortest. Normally it was right here, right now it's at this length. I'm going to be going straight skin, because then this will buy me another week or so of not having to cut my hair in quarantine time. I'm going to use this to create an outline around my head like this. Same technique. If you guys wanted to do it, thumb at the top of it, flip it over, use your mirror and start going across, making lines like that, and I'm probably scratching myself. Same side around here. Follow the line, make sure it's straight across, turn it over to the side, and heat up. You'll have a nice box look, or rounded box look, which I normally go for in the colder months or when I'm at work. But since it's isolation quarantine time, I'm going straight skin. This is, you have to be very careful here because this is less friction. So, here's the technique. I'm following now the roundness of this part, and I don't want to pass, I don't want this to go like this too much, so I'm gonna follow the shape of my head and stop right when it gets to its apex of this curve. Very minimal apex, but there is one, and that's my guideline that I'll be following with this, using the same C technique. C. Careful around the ears because you can actually cut yourself along this edge. Well, I can anyway, so I'm just extra careful. And I'm literally going straight up here. I'm not even using this full C technique, I'm just going straight up with my head, making sure that I'm perfectly vertical and I'm not going in because there's no point of, there's a point of no return. Once you go in, that you're messed up for 3 weeks and you won't be able to fix it. Come to the back, start at the bottom, go up. Here I'm also following the shape of my skull. It kind of ends right here. And I'm going straight up. Making sure that I'm going around the ear. Really low, don't go too high. I don't even go past my ear when I'm doing this part, the top of my ear. And carefully, using an angle technique, go around the ear, making sure you're getting everything right behind and you're not missing that. Very important. I'm working to blend it with the previous fade that I had. How I'm gonna do that is the same technique, a combination of the angled technique, so using the edge, as well as going back to the flat part of
0.5.
0.5. Going to the edge because I want to even this out a bit, and getting that part it's matched. And the same here, making sure that I'm getting all the patches. Same on the other side. And that's pretty much it. I can tell the back is a bit lower than I want it to be though. So I'm going to go back to the no guard, actually maybe in between. And I'm going to fade this up. Using this exact same technique I used earlier. Just to heighten that line a bit. Or the fade, sorry, the guideline. Fun fact, I did some calculations since starting to cut my hair back in the day, and I saved myself, based on an average of $40 haircuts with $10 tip, say $50 a haircut every 2 weeks, I saved over $38,000 by cutting my own hair. It's a brand new car. So now what I'm doing is just once again refining the shape because I changed the fade again. So I just want to make sure it's good on all angles so I don't have any dents or weirdness from different perspectives. Same thing on the other side. I'm done refining and shaping and whatnot. I'm gonna clean up and hit the shower so then I can style it for you guys after. But just to summarize what I've done so far, you can see the fade goes across the back onto the other side as gradual as I possibly can. You might notice a few bald spots here, here. That's from being a boy and growing up in a rough neighborhood. I'm just kidding. Just playing sports and stuff like that. Have some injuries. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not the best, but it works and it saves me money. And people always ask about the Drew fade, and this is the Drew fade right here. I'll style it up. Okay, sorry, hit the shower and style it up, and I'll show you what the end product looks like. Oh hey, just got out of the shower. Right, here's my towel dried hair. Didn't know you were waiting for me.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm gonna be applying product because it's towel dried hair, so it's a little damp. It's the Kevin Murphy Night Rider product found at your local Zenkai store. Ecotique store. Let's see, so it comes in a doughy, pasty form. And I scoop some because it's a bit hard. So I have some here. You think that's enough? Yeah, okay. Let's get some extras. Gonna take this hand. Put it all together. Let it activate. Start on this side. Get all of that. I like to get it on different angles because it tends to cover the insides if I don't. So get it on different angles. Both sides. Up and down. Side to side. Feels so good. Scratching my head. I can't see. Okay. And here we go. It's applied, but not necessarily styled. I like to add a little volume and texture to the hair, because I just don't like this like combed flat look that you see right here. So I just add some texture to it. How I do that? I just go and do these things right here. Twist, turns, clicks, and then after it's all kind of twisted and stuff, I shape it accordingly to the overall shape I want. So whip out this bad boy again, have a quick look. If it's falling forward too much, I bring it back. And add a little volume there, shape it, la la la. Same with this side. Texturize. And boom. Let's go on a date. Okay, so now you can see this is like how I would typically have it on a quarantine work from home day. Final product with the fade. You can see here, it looks kind of weird. This light is kind of misleading, but yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the fade. Ooh, it looks definitely not perfect. I can already see things that are making me cringe, but hey, this is a natural video.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you learned a thing or two. To be honest, it's a bit low on the backside. Lower than I would have wanted to, but I was hungry. And there you go. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to share with your friends. And I hope you learned a lot.